Day 53. Woohoo! Won't you look at me? Thursday. And yes, gotta do your exercises now. Yeah, I'll play with you when we're done. Tell you, she gets so excited when it's time to do the Tai Chi. She loves that energy. Let's just start by rocking. You can rock with me too. No. You're just like a little kid still. You know, when I had my little kids, every time I get on the phone, they wouldn't talk to me until I got on the phone and was doing something. Then they wanted my attention. She's the same way. She's a big baby. She's my daughter's dog. I just babysit her all the time. Well, probably 87% of the time. I don't mind. She's a little rambunctious being around a tiny baby over there. She's just a pup too. Well, she's just over 1, but they're still puppies at this age. We'll do 2 more. Let the energy settle. Yeah, definitely shifting things in my body. I love it. My mood has gotten so much better. We're gonna do the bird flaps its wings. Let go. This is great for constipation. Just with anything you can't digest. Be it number 2, be it words you've said, things that have been said to you, just things that you've stuffed. Help pull it out. Let's grab that stuff. So we'll do 3 sets of these because I have a lot in here that I need to release, and it's very bound together. And so this I really have to pull a lot just to help it because it's all entwined. Oh, I can't even imagine. So I just gently keep working it every day, asking it to leave. I don't need it anymore. You know, I never knew boundaries. I always took care of everybody else's needs and not my own. And looking at all of this, it's not me. When I see myself, I see maybe a half of me. And, you know, I'll always be curvy. I was always a curvy one, but all of this has got to get undone. This is not trusting my gut. This is when you don't listen to yourself, when you get a feeling. Let's do one more step. When you get a feeling about something and it's not good, I would just go head on into it. I'll just be like, oh shoot, you know, they're sweet people. They have a good heart. They just, you know, and I would go, not thinking about it twice, and you know, and I carry it around with me because it's going against myself. You know, when you can't trust yourself, that makes life really hard because we were given our intuition and our gut feelings to help protect us from things in life. So when you don't listen to yourself and honor yourself, you know, and then things happen and it's my fault. Everything that's happened in my life is my fault. You know, I have been stubborn. I have been rebellious just because the little child in me got stunned. I forgot to grow up, sort of. You get stuck in places in life. And I got stuck in my little rebellious stage because, my stepdad came into our lives. It was, well, first the divorce was hard. And then my stepdad and me did not get along at all. And so a lot of my problems started about 8 years old. And even before that, though, I had both of my sets of grandparents are so important to me. And they were all from the Depression era. So, everything was a scarcity. Money was hard to find. Me and my relationship with money are really bad. Money seems to find its way to me all the time. And I am so grateful. But as fast as it comes, I let it go, because my subconscious has the belief that money is scarce. Rich people are evil. Money is bad. Money is dirty. That's my subconscious mind. My conscious mind is way elevated. It's, there's abundance out there. There's enough for everybody. Money comes easily. And that's my conscious mind. But even though my conscious mind believes that, and I live in that way, sort of, my subconscious mind is what controls my actual thinking and my actual what will happen in my body, because the subconscious mind is much more powerful than the conscious mind, and so it takes a while to change the subconscious, because I've had the subconscious mind like I've had for over 50 years, and so there's some tuning up needs to be done. I need to erase some files, delete a lot of emails in my brain. Our brains are incredible. And they can change, but it takes time. And it's not easy. But nothing that's good is easy, Nothing long term is fast. Unless you win the lottery or something, you can turn the wealth page pretty quickly. But in my life, I always try. I had ovarian cancer or uterine cancer between my oldest son and my second son, and my doctor said with the kind of, I had a molar pregnancy, and he said, you should start playing the lottery. The odds of these are not very much, you have a good chance at the lottery. So I have gambled throughout life after that, because I was told by the doctor that my odds are I'm pretty odd, I guess. So 2 more. And so, but it's really cool to just take some time, because when your body's not at ease, and when my conscious and subconscious minds are constantly, I can say, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to lose 130 pounds. I truly believe this, but if my subconscious mind isn't on board, it's not happening. And my subconscious mind is so full of scarcity and fear and hoarding, I'm in a little tiny 600 square foot house. I think it's 600 square foot. I don't know. It's tiny. I'm in a tiny house. And so I've had to live with very little things these last few years, which is a good lesson for me. It took the flood, the historical flood of Yellowstone. A year before the flood, we had gotten displaced from a house we'd lived in for 12, 13 years, and it got sold because the housing market here is huge and fast. So I ended up here, and thank goodness all my kids were able to take flight and go on their own, because it's hard to fit in this little space. And but all of our stuff from our 3,200 square foot house went into 2 big storage units. Well, they got hit hard by the flood of the Yellowstone. And so it takes an actual a historic act of nature for me to let go of things. And it was still hard. I was like, oh my God, maybe it could just dry out, And it was rough. But it was needed, and I just realized I don't need things. I need people in my life. I need love. I need joy. Those are what's important in life. It's not the things in your life. And it's not even money. I mean, money helps. Let's do two more. Money helps. But, I have met so many very wealthy people in my life. And they were just addicts and miserable. And it comes to a point where I am just grateful because I have got such great love in my life, and I just can't ever, I don't regret any of my decisions in life. I'm sure I've done probably 97% of the things wrong in life, but, 96, because I have 4 kids, and every one of them is very good. So, but even the love of my grandparents, parents, my cousins, my friends, love, I think, water and love are essential for this lifetime. So always drink good, healthy water and have a lot of love in your life. But who the most important love is yourself. And I have not had self-love for a long time because I just didn't have time to love myself and to honor myself because I was taking care of everybody else. And so this is like one of my hardest jobs is taking care of all of this and all of this, It's like, oh my God, what happened to you, Carrie? And so it's definitely a holistic journey I'm on. It includes the whole pie. There's many things to fix. My body breaks where they're broken, and just the trauma, 2 more, that I've held on to in my body. And my body is accustomed to hoarding. It's accustomed to hanging on because of that scarcity. And so it's just trusting. It takes time to build that trust relationship again. And me and my God have not had a good relationship because I have pushed on for the good of others and not listened to the good of myself. And like saying no, we're doing the bass drum, left foot forward, hands about a foot apart. I've never learned boundaries. Never learned to say no in life. I was put on this earth to serve. I was put on this earth to carry the burdens of others. And so, and like I said, 59, and yeah, I still shine, but I shine with some heaviness because I still carry a lot of things. And they have been compressed like a trash compactor in this body for years, for over probably 50, I don't know, maybe all 59 years. I don't know how it all works exactly, but I know that I've been instructed I need to eat more in life because I eat my words a lot, I eat my feelings, I shove things in, but I need to shove in more food, which sounds ridiculous for a heavy person. But I don't eat properly, so I'm trying to eat more. I still haven't had chocolate, and I think it's almost been a week. And I never decided to take it out. Let's do 2 more. I never told myself we're not going to eat milk duds anymore, or my reasons to live. I did have some ice cream last night, but it's just weird. And it's nothing that I consciously am doing. It's something that's happening deeper in the scenes that I don't think about, I don't control. But all I know now is if I start feeling lonely or tired, You know, a lot of times when I eat is at night because I get tired and I try to fight tiredness and just stay awake because, you know, I don't want to miss nothing in this life. There's so much out there. But sleep is so important. And since I got injured, I was only sleeping like 20 minutes to an hour, and sometimes an hour and a half was my longest sleep. And it's really hard to get excited about going to bed when all you do is toss and turn. You know, it's no fun when you can't get comfortable and when you can't sleep. And so doing the Tai Chi Cha has changed my sleeping. And it really makes you feel like a new person. Just getting 3 or 4 uninterrupted hours of sleep has been huge. And I just, you know, just slowing down, learning to breathe, doing these movements. 2 more. I mean, I always thought losing or gaining muscle tone and getting healthy required the gym or running or walking and, you know, physical cardio and sweat. Well, I do sweat with this, but you know, but I just thought it was much more physical, and it's just hard to believe. We're going to do Daughter on the Mountaintop. We're going to start low, step out with your left hand or left foot. Your left hand will stay closest to the heart and your organs. Keep the feminine in. That masculine is on the outside protecting us. Stop. Oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Yeah, it just stops. This is sort of my boundary area now. I'm just sort of putting myself into this bubble during the day, trying to protect my energy. I think my light has gotten pretty dim in life because I gave so much away. And I like I said, I don't regret it, but I just know I have to replenish it. And I just have to watch the situations I put myself into. A lot of the things I used to love to do don't lift my vibration anymore, you know. And so just feel, you know, do what makes you feel good during the day. If something doesn't feel right, listen to yourself, and please get away from that. Don't keep knocking on closed doors. You know, everybody that we're blessed to come in contact with in our life has brought us a lesson of some sort, you know. So I don't regret any of my, anything that's happened. Well, I've tried to learn because, you know, sometimes the same type of people keep seeking me out. 2 more. And, you know, they say that you attract what you are or what you seek. And I mean, I always seek so much addiction. Well, I mean, I attract so much addiction. And I don't know why that is the energy that elevates off me. It's probably because so many people that I love in my life are addicts. You know, many of them are recovering addicts, but still addicts. And I grew up with addicts, you know. My, just, you know, my genes are full of addiction. And so, or my sweats are, but, okay, let's go right side. Our left hand is still going to stay closest to our heart. And so, you know, that's why they say, you know, if you're in recovery or if you're trying to change, you have to sometimes find new groups to hang out with, because you're still going to be, you know, if you keep putting yourself into a path that does not align with your, you know, it's crazy because, you know, if we're out of alignment with our body, that's why Tai Chi is beautiful, because it balances the masculine and feminine in your body. And it just brings your energy. It balances your energy so that you're not, it's like, sometimes you take your car in for a tune-up. We got to stay in tune with ourselves. We have to listen to ourselves. We have everything within us to heal us. But it's just taking the time to honor yourself long enough to do it. And for me to show up an hour a day and do Tai Chi. I do this morning session. Sometimes during the day, if I start reeling or just having a moment, I'll just rock and just get present and just just breathe, because it has helped me calm down. I have been in fight or flight mode most of my life. And so much cortisol, I just always, the startle response is just like my life. But it's just what it has been, and that's okay. But I'm changing it. I don't want to live like that anymore. Let's do 2 more. But it is recognizing and listening to myself. When you do Tai Chi, you always keep your spine straight. You sort of tuck your butt in, tuck in the stomach, so that you're engaging your core and working it all. We're gonna fly. Daughter in the valley. We're coming off that mountain. Step forward to the left. With this, I just breathe out the old, bring it up, push it out, and bring in the new. So much of Tai Chi is just letting go of what you don't need. And it sounds repetitive and redundant, but we hold things. I carry things. And so now I'm just bridging them. Letting them go to the universe. They're not mine to hold. Coming from that scarcity mindset and that, hoarding or that stockpiling, there might not be food, so you have to have a pantry full of expired cans like 13 years old. But, you never know. And so, letting go of that mentality, not me. I love to share food, and that's the thing, My kids would get so mad because their friends would come over and I'd always try to feed everybody. And even if they weren't hungry, this is my past, just eat, you gotta, food has been love in my life. And safety always. And so it's just changing that whole concept of food is just some nutrients for your body. Food is not love. Food is not security. Food is not wealth. We are so spoiled in this generation and so pampered, and I am so happy about it, I didn't have to do the suffering that my grandparents had to do. So, everybody just, 2 more, everybody just does the best that they can do in this life. And so there's no judgment against my grandparents or my parents. We're all not, life doesn't come with a book. Everybody's book is different. Everybody has their own journey and their own path. And so, like when there's books written on childbirth childbirth or just how to raise your child. Well, all of my children have been very different from each other. Right foot forward. Everybody has different paths, So for me, when there's books on just sort of clumping things in life or people together, I'm sort of like not interested. Dr. Spock, never read a book, and all of my children, thank God, have grown up fine and are good people. I've never felt like the masses are, I never liked to be a mass. I never, in art I was devastated because my teacher asked me if I actually drew with my toes. And so I love art, and that sort of, it's those kind of statements that can just take the will and the light out of somebody about some part of them that they love. And so, if you have kids, your grandkids, if they color outside the lines, that's beautiful, I don't like to raise sheep. I like to raise aware, conscious, courageous, people. I liked my kids to always sort of be leaders, get out there, don't follow the pack, don't be a sheep, They didn't get into much trouble in life, and I'm so grateful, but they all played sports. I think sports are so important because they make people learn accountability. Because it's not just you. If you go screw up, you're hurting all of your teammates, your coaches, your fans. I mean, life is bigger than me. Life is bigger than all of us. And so if we can learn to work with others, it's a huge gift. 2 more. And also, sports help kids stay out of drugs, stay away from gangs. We lived in this little town called Dilworth, Minnesota. And Mark was just young. And I just had Dallas, so he must have been 7 or 8, 7. And he came in the house, and some kids had tried to beat him up. We're going to carry the ball, left foot, heel ball toe, and 3. And these kids had beat him up and wanted them to be in their gang, So I put Dallas down. I gave him to his dad, and I went out, and I said, Mark is in the mama's gang. There's no gangs in this family, And so but some people's, some people, gangs are a very huge part of their lives because that's where they have found acceptance and meaning. And unfortunately, it's a bad structure, but they find structure. It's sort of like a wolf pack. There's a hierarchy, and there's things that you have to do, And so if you have children, try to be present in their lives. There's just so many youth struggling right now. There's so many people struggling. And we just have to be kind and loving. And I can't even imagine social media. I mean, thank God when I was growing up, there wasn't social media and all this stuff on the internet. I would have, the stuff I've done, it's like, I'm so glad that there weren't videos around. And so, it's a whole different way of life. And I get on my phone in the morning, and these news feeds come on, and I see all these young social influencers that are passing away. All these young people passing away. And it just breaks my heart. It's like, what are we doing as a society? Children are our future. And I know it's so hard to go out and get a meaningless job for minimum wage when the cost of living is so high. It doesn't compute. There's a lot of things wrong in this world, but I can make a difference. You just have to start with how you treat others. That makes such a huge difference. And if you see somebody looking sad on a street corner, if waiting for a bus, if you see somebody walking. I had this old guy once that I used to take. I had a taxi for 10 years in small Livingston, Montana, and I had this one customer, Richard Bunn, and he was on dialysis, and I would take him Livingston to Bozeman's probably 25 miles to the hospital, and I would take him a couple times a week for dialysis. And if there was ever a hitchhiker, because I had a minivan, Richard would look at me and, Carrie, you don't know who God's angels are. And so the blinker would come on, and me and Richard would pick up whoever was on the highway and walking and hear their story. It was always very interesting and exciting, you know. But, you know, even now when I see a hitchhiker, I just think, Richard Bunn, you know, there he is. And so I do sometimes pull over if I don't have kids with me. It's turned into such a different world now that we're going to push-pull. We're going to go forward with our left foot and 60% resistance on our right hand. And so palms pushing out and turn them to receive on the way in. So push that old out, welcome that new. So like I said, you know, the people that come into our lives are all for us to learn. They all teach us lessons. Some are good lessons, some are bad lessons. Some people stay in our lives, and some people it's just a brief encounter. But they all had a purpose. Ooh, stay grounded. I'm trying to get off groundation here. Stay focused, Carrie. Sorry. I'm getting off track. Always. My mind goes so many different directions, you guys. I'm sorry. I need to do 2 more. I'm going to try to ground myself. You know, working with a body that is in repair is always an interesting thing. Okay, now we are going to go forward with our right foot, and we will have our left palm have 60%. We'll always try to keep things in balance with Tai Chi. Just let go of what you don't need. Push it away. And just welcome the new. You know, there's all these things now that we can change our story. Rewrite your story. If you're not happy with your story, fix it. Start a new chapter in that storybook. An empowering story. You loving yourself. You taking care of yourself. You putting yourself numero uno. My life is important. My life matters, and I am worthy. You know, it's hard when you haven't honored. I haven't honored myself for a long time. And it's a new sort of love affair. 2 more. You know, just the little things. The little self-care that you could do every day for yourself makes such a big difference. You know, I imagine as I am able to lose my trauma and my pain and my, you know, my shame, everything that I've held, as I start releasing more of it, I might have to go buy some new kind of clothing. You know, left foot forward. Might get out of the sweatpants. You know, now life is all about comfort for me. It has been for years, honestly. But maybe that's not good when you get comfortable. I mean, if you wear things that are snug, it makes you think about what you're doing. But, you know, I'm mainly stuffing a lot of emotions and feelings, and it's not an excuse for my fat. Yeah, I've eaten over the years. I love food. I love good food. But more of it has just been the hurt and and the shame and the trauma and the pain that just gets stuck in me because I've honored others and not myself when I should have been taking care of me. I was serving others. So I just ask the universe, fill up my light, fill up my love in my heart and my body, and help heal me. When we do pulling in the energy, just ask and you'll receive. If you're struggling with something today, ask the universe. If you don't ask, it's never known. Don't be afraid to ask. The worst that can happen is someone would say no. And if you ask me, that would never happen because I can't even learn to say no. But I'm learning. I am learning to say no. I am learning to be a little selfish with my time. My time is mine. And to truly honor yourself, you have got to make time for yourself every day. You know, I don't know where you live or what your circumstances are, or if you can move or not. But fresh air is a huge thing in life. If you're bedridden, at least try to open a window, even if it's cold out. Let some of that fresh coldness into your lungs and go over your body and get a few goosebumps. It's such a wonderful feeling to, different feelings. The feelings of hot, the feelings of cold. Remember to feel. So many people use drugs and alcohol now to numb because they can't deal with whatever underlying things are going on in them. And, I just send prayers, love, and faith. Keep the faith. Don't get caught in fear. Just love yourself enough to try to feel. It's okay to feel. It's okay to cry. I have cried during these sessions, and I don't even know why exactly. But sometimes tears come. Different things are rolling off of us in Tai Chi Cha. And I'm not aware of what my subconscious is doing or what's back there. But I know that things are working through it. We're going to do 2 more. So much gratitude and love, universe. Thank you for always taking care of me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh. Lots of energy today. It's time to get sticky. All right, we're going to wrestle with some taffy. All right, so first we'll heel ball toe left, and we'll have our left hand palm go up, and we're going to pull that taffy, and then we'll bring the right foot over. Now heel ball toe right. Pull that taffy. I mean, that's all this stuff that's stuck in here. And mine is so good. It is so condensed and shoved and squished and things all mixed together. Have you ever tried to untangle a necklace or a string that gets caught in the washing machine around some clothes? That is what all this is, you guys. So, I mean, why, it's probably easy to get a little frustrated or down on yourself if you're not losing a ton of weight at first. But, patience and a process. This is so much that has happened. So much pain, so much disappointment, even in myself. I had to have all of my kids by C-section. And that has been really hard on me because I think, I always tell the kids I'm like 14 months pregnant because I keep waiting to deliver my babies because I never got to do it naturally. My body, I had a very traumatic first birth, and my body would just never. I wish I would have had things different now because now there's so many midwives and different ways to do things. I think if I could have had a home birth, I could have been successful, but my first birth was very tough. And so there's still a lot of this pain and disappointment in me because I couldn't even deliver a baby the right way, you know. Shame, that shame. But it started with trauma, you know. And so it's all these things that just need to go. It's just got to go. Oh, sorry, I don't want to give that pain to you, puppy. Oh, darn it. I have to go throw it out that door. Okay, now let's do the anchor taffy. With the anchor taffy, we're going to step forward with our left foot, heel ball toe. Our right will stay anchored. And this one, we're just really stretching that taffy, because when they're all combined, taffy's sticky and icky. And when it's all combined, do you know how hard it is to get apart? It's super hard. So, you know, it takes several hours to fix this, when it has taken me 59 years to get to this creation, you know? And it's hard because now the world wants everything fast. Fast. Well, you know, that's how you get disappointed and give up on yourself. Is if you just want quick results. Quick and easy is usually not a long-term thing, you know. We're going to do our wrist tappies. So we go up on our toes 3 times with our wrists, turning those 3 times. On the 3rd time, we're going to kneel. On the one, not kneel, but bend your knees a little bit to the left. Bring it in. And settle. We're going to go 3 times. And up on our toes when we're doing our wrist circles. Don't fall on your nose. And now we're going to heel ball to right. Right palm up and pull that taffy. Just really encourage everyone to be kind to others. Just small acts of kindness. Waving at someone, smiling at somebody who looks just destitute and distraught, you know. Just little things. A smile to them, just even eye contact, just letting them know, man, I see you. I see you. And that's all they need. They just need acknowledgement that they're seen and that they're okay. And that somebody hasn't given up on them. Because so many people have given up on themselves. So be kind. If you have leftovers and don't eat leftovers, put them in a container and bring them out to somebody on the street that doesn't have food. This is still the subconscious of me, that they're starving kids all around the world, you know. But, I mean, it's true. We waste. We are so wasteful in this country. And probably in most countries. I don't understand why restaurants throw things away. I mean, I'm hoping that more towns are getting food shelters. I mean, just bring that extra food. If people get food poisoning, they don't even care. They're usually grabbing stuff out of a garbage can. You know, the rules of life. Oh, yeah. We're gonna work that pulley, because I gotta pull that through. I mean, left foot forward. We're gonna open up our right side, sort of, as we pull from behind us on our right side. Sort of like swimming. Just cup up. Whatever's on your back, try to pull that. So much of Tai Chi is releasing. And there's a lot of things to release in life. So even though it gets redundant and repetitive, just flow with me. Work with me. Check with me in about 5 months and let's see how this body is flowing then. And like I said, I'm not the normal person, because I do have a lot of things wrong right now with my body. But I'm moving and I'm shaking. 53 days of moving and shaking. And it's not going to stop. I'm showing up for me. I'm showing up for you. 2 more. That's what I'm going to continue to do. Okay, let's bring that back. Let that wonderful energy settle. Remember to breathe. Share that energy if your body needs it. And if you just are settling with it here by your sides, your energy will go to your body where it needs it. I'm just trying to heal certain parts of me, so I try to give it more love. But my face has been asking for a lot of energy. And I've been trying to get rid of my chicken neck. So I'll try to give that some more energy and love. Okay, now we're going to do work in the pulley. We're going to go right side. We're stepping out with the right. We're opening up our heart side, opening up our heart again. With this, Tai Chi Cha is so much about moving the waist, becoming flexible again. I have been so stuck. I've been stuck in my ways, in my habits, just my daily routine. I've been stuck. So I've been trying to get unstuck. I've been trying to do new things, some uncomfortable things. You know, if you don't work on changing, if you think things are going to change and you never are willing to change, you know, it's not going to change. But change is fun. Change is exciting and good. You scoop up whatever's behind you. Pull it out of there. You don't need it anymore. Let's go. You're done. This free ride's over. Phew. Let's do 2 more. Bring that in. Remember, stand up straight in life. I was body shamed at an early age because of my breasts, and I always sort of slumped and tried to, and I still am very invisible. I never try to show what I have on my body because to me it's been it's shameful. And so just still working through body conception, body acceptation, you know, just accepting all of this. And so grateful. My goodness, I have created 4 amazing children, and I had twins at one time. And my body produced so beautifully for all of them. So even though I wasn't able to give birth the right way, I had to have C-sections, I was able to feed and nurture and love. And I have just, kids are such a blessing. If you have kids, just love them. Love them until they just push you off of them, because it happens. They will not want love after a certain point. But then still, you have to still try to get your hugs in and your little kisses on their cheek or wherever you can. Therefore, wherever you can reach, you know, just give all the love that you can give. But in order to give love, you have to have your own love. And so now, my little grandbaby better watch out, because I'm building up this self-love. She's going to be full of kisses and love. And that's good. You spoil kids all you can. That is my suggestion. With 4 beautiful kids, spoil them. I had mine like 7 years apart all the time. So I had time to spoil them, to be with them. You know, it's hard to be present when you have several kids and close in age, because they're all sort of competing for the same little bits of attention that you have. But, you know, the universe gave me a 2-for-1 my last time. And so, you know, it was just right there. And I don't remember very much of it, honestly. The last 20 years of my life, or 22 years of my life, are a pretty big blur. But it was a good blur. You know, we made it through. But just saying, oof, twins. And I had a daycare of 16 kids, so yeah. And I had a wonderful helper. Heather, you're amazing. My Haya, she's the kids' nanny, godmother, sister, so many different things. Okay, let's go to light at the top of the head. We're going to go down, come up on our toes, palms out. that energy. Get above your head good if you can. I have sort of a broken wing at this point, so it's a little lame. Move that energy. Knees are slightly bent. Keep your back straight. Just let it settle a minute. Up on the heel or toes. Palms out. Oh. It's a stinger for me now. This is one of the harder movements for me, so I'm sorry. Ugh. But we do it. Now we're going to go light at the temple. Come up on our and we're up on our toes when we put our hands out. This time we're going to go on our heels. Let's push that energy forward. My mom got into Tai Chi because of this movement, because she used to have migraines up on the toes when we go out with our hands. And this took her migraines away. Oh, so much energy from that one. Okay, let's do the joyous breath. The only one you sort of use force with is pushing out your old breath, and then you pull in new breath, palms up. When we get up on our toes, when we're holding our breath, and then you're going to turn your hands around and forcibly push out that air through your nose 4 to 5 times, however many times of breath that you have to push, okay? All right. Let's let that settle. Clearing out that nose, I tell you. Winter time here, you never know. I'm glad I'm not doing this with a room full of people. Okay, push out. Up on the toes, till we turn it around. Let's turn it. A more joyous breath. Exhale. Wonderful. Okay, the passing clouds. This one's still a little rough for me, so I'm sorry. I'm not a certified teacher. The first couple of movements I can do with these because I've just had that much tolerance when my mom used to do it. I would join in for the first few movements, but this one was toward the end. So these last ones are tougher for me. But with this one, we're going to have our feet about shoulder width apart. Put up our left hand. It's going to go down around our dantian. And as it comes up, we're going to bring our left. So we're just going to be passing. And the movement is from the waist and hips to be shifting. You know, clouds move, so they're passing each other. So it's just, yeah. All right, so we're going to have our hand up, palm out. Let's come down. This one comes up. We're going to bring the other one around. Just sort of, well, it's passing. Just become limber in your waist. During these movements, our elbows are sort of close to our bodies. The arms go out, but we keep the elbows. And so a lot of it is a twisting from our waist. I'm sorry, it probably doesn't look very good, but it'll get better. Clearing the throat area and the dantian. Just easy movements. And if your hands are lost, just do the shifting of the waist. Just sway with your body. Just move. You know, things do not have to be perfect. As long as you have the intention, there's no harm done, because we're just doing the best we can do. I'm going to do 2 more. This will be the last one. That was nice energy. Now we are going to do the healing sounds. Ho is heart, hu is spleen. We're going to go out with our left foot, and we're not going to bring our left foot all the way back, but we will lift it and put it back down. But on the third one, we will bring it back, okay? I know it's confusing. But, so we'll go out with our left hand, out with both hands. Then we sweep it. Right foot, right hand. These are all the major organ sounds. So these are very healing. Bring that in. I'm sweating good today. Wonderful. All right, let's just do the cosmic consciousness pose for a few. You can do this as long as you like, okay? You're going to just keep your right foot, it's your anchor, your balance. Your left heel is going to go up on your right. I put it on my right ankle bone. Your palms are facing your face, but your hands are not touching. Just let things settle and relax. This is a test of balance for me. So much gratitude, love, healing, love, and light sent your way. I can, I am, I will. I will, I can, I am. However you want to say it, try to use those 3 different sentences throughout your day. I can do this. I am strong. I am healing. I am learning to say no. I am setting boundaries. I am showing up and doing my Tai Chi Cha every day. I am loving myself. I am beautiful. I love you, Carrie, and I love you. Thank you for joining me. If you had a great class, give me a thumbs up, would ya? I put 2 thumbs up for you. All right, have an amazing Thursday. I might see you tonight. If not, I'll for sure see you tomorrow for day 54. All right, have an amazing day. Be good to yourself, love yourself, and do something fun.